The witch hunt that you should be talking about is they caught President Obama absolutely cold, Tulsi Gabbard. Barack Hussein Obama, have you heard of him? And except for the fact that he gets shielded by the press for his entire life, that's the one they, look, he's guilty. It's not a question, you know, I like to say, let's give it time. It's there, he's guilty. This was treason. This was every word you can think of.
Do you remember when they gave that speech, when he gave a speech on television, and everybody was like, this? Mm-hmm. And then they go, it kind of just went away.
It was one of the most beautiful moments in modern American history. People really actually stood up and stopped a war from happening.
Barack Obama's carefully polished legacy just took a brutal beating, as Joe Rogan and President Donald Trump ripped through it like a wrecking ball in turbo mode. From red lines to empty slogans, they exposed the PR stunt presidency for what it really was. It was a masterclass in looking busy while accomplishing nothing. This isn't just a roast. It's an intellectual demolition. No media fluff, just a savage takedown of illusions wrapped in charm and delivered with ruthless precision. If you're ready for more bold takes and no-holds-barred analysis, make sure to hit that like button and subscribe so you never miss the truth behind the headlines.
Can I get a glass of water? I'm serious. I'm thirsty. Can I get a glass of water? This is not a prank. You never seen it?
No.
Oh my God, it's amazing.
Oh,
it's amazing.
No.
He gets a glass of Flint tap water, and I swear to God, he drinks it like this,
Problem
He's
is solved?
bullshitting the world. Watch this.
Can I get some water? I really did need a glass of water. This is not a stunt.
Usually when something isn't a stunt, you have to say
It's
that.
100% a stunt. When was the last time a president stopped a speech to ask, can I get a glass of water?
It's there, he's guilty. This was treason. This was every word you can think of. They tried to steal the election. They tried to obfuscate the election. They did things that nobody's ever even imagined, even in other countries.
It's there. He's guilty. This was treason. Those, again, very strong words from the President of the United States.
Nothing screams leadership like a man who vanished faster than his economic legacy. Barack Obama, the man who gave us 8 years of cool speeches and colder unemployment stats, is once again under the political flamethrower. And who better to pull the trigger than Joe Rogan and the current president of the United States, Donald Trump. The tag team you didn't know you needed, but now can't unsee. If you want more fearless commentary and the stories the media won't touch, smash that like button and subscribe now. Don't miss out on the conversation everyone's talking about.
Barack Hussein Obama is the ringleader. Hillary Clinton was right there with him, and so was Sleepy Joe Biden, and so were the rest of them. Comey, Clapper, the whole group. And they tried to rig an election, and they got caught. And then they did rig the election in 2020. And then because I knew I won that election by a lot, I did it a third time, and I won in a landslide. Every swing state won the popular vote. But I won that all the same way in 2020. And look at the damage that was caused.
Joe Rogan steps up, first peering into the Obama-era rearview mirror and wondering how a guy could make mediocrity look so poetic. The man had a gift. He could read a teleprompter like it was Shakespeare, while policies crumbled behind the curtain like a bad off-Broadway show. Rogan doesn't just poke fun, he dissects the paradox. How can someone be so universally adored while leaving behind a trail of half-finished hopes and very questionable change? If you want more sharp insights and no fluff analysis, hit that like button and subscribe now. Join the conversation that cuts through the noise.
What? They would never do that. They would have water ready for him. No, you bring a fucking water on stage with you.
You'd think a Nobel Peace Prize would come after peace, not before your first drone strike. But for Obama, the timeline was just a suggestion. Rogan calls it like he sees it, a president who surfed a wave of popularity while redefining the word underwhelming. And let's not forget the press. They fawned over him like he was the political messiah, all while ignoring the actual miracles he failed to perform, like closing Guantanamo Bay. If you want more truth bombs and fearless commentary, smash that like button and subscribe now. Don't miss the real story behind the headlines.
President Trump shared an AI-generated video on Truth Social Sunday depicting the arrest and imprisonment of former President Barack Obama. The video opens with a montage of Obama and other Democrats that no one is above the law.
No one especially the president, is above the law?
No one is above the law.
No one is above the law.
No one is above the law.
Nobody is above the law.
No one is above the law.
Nobody is above the law.
No one.
After that, the song YMCA kicks in as a fake video shows Obama getting arrested by FBI agents with Trump smiling beside him. He's then depicted in an orange jumpsuit sitting in a jail cell.
Then enters Trump, not the TV host, not the entrepreneur, but the sitting president of the United States. And he's not here for tea and tact. He's rolling in like a wrecking ball, draped in red, white, and you're fired energy. If Obama was a branding exercise in grace and vagueness, Trump is the blunt force reality check, and he has receipts. Trump doesn't bother with the usual pleasantries. He wants to know how someone could campaign on transparency and leave behind an administration so wrapped in red tape and surveillance programs, it made the NSA blush. He wants to know how a man could promise unity, then spend 8 years dividing everyone with the subtlety of a wrecking crew. While Obama floated above criticism like a balloon in the Macy's parade, Trump grabs the mic and pierces it with verbal darts. He laughs at the idea that someone could apologize across continents, gift billions to regimes that hate America, and still be called a genius in diplomacy. It's like handing over your lunch money to a bully and getting praised for generosity. Joe wonders how many global leaders viewed Obama as an intellectual equal versus a soft-touched idealist on a book tour. The answer isn't flattering. If you're here for raw truth and bold opinions, smash that like button and subscribe to keep the conversation going. Don't miss out on the real story.
The post comes days after Director of National Intelligence Tulsi Gabbard announced plans to refer former Obama administration officials to the Justice Department for prosecution, accusing them of fabricating intelligence about Russian interference in the 2016 election. She reiterated those accusations on Fox News this weekend.
Maria, the implications of this are frankly nothing short of historic. Over 100 documents that we released on Friday really detail and provide evidence of how this treasonous conspiracy was directed by President Obama just weeks before he was due to leave office.
But it's not just about policy, it's the theatrics. Obama could deliver an entire speech on healthcare without actually explaining the costs. He could hold a town hall on race without ever admitting that, under his watch, tensions boiled higher. Rogan rips into the branding, the curated playlists, the celebrity selfies, the manufactured charisma. The man was part president, part influencer. Unfortunately, hashtags don't balance budgets. Then Trump doubles down. He doesn't just question Obama's decisions, he obliterates the smug detachment with which they were made. The Middle East turned into a bonfire during Obama's tenure, and somehow, the blame always landed elsewhere. It's the kind of environmentalism that smells like hypocrisy and jet fuel. And when it came to Silicon Valley, Obama embraced big tech like a long-lost cousin, giving them a wink and a nudge as they built the surveillance capitalism empire we live in now. If you want more unfiltered truths and sharp takes, don't forget to like this video and subscribe for the boldest breakdowns you won't hear anywhere else.
With your support on November 5th, you know what's nasty to me? Michelle Obama. She was, ooh. I always tried to be so nice and respectful. Oh, she opened up a little bit of a box. She opened up a little bit of something. Oh, she was nasty. Ooh. Shouldn't be that way. That was a big mistake that she made.
Trump, with zero filter and maximum conviction, breaks the fourth wall. He questions how anyone can worship a man whose administration spied on journalists, weaponized intelligence, and pretended that scandal-free was anything more than media cosplay. Irony, the guy who screamed democracy was the same guy who cozied up to alphabet agencies like they were campaign staffers. And speaking of staffers, Rogan launches into the parade of bureaucratic disasters, from the IRS targeting conservatives to the disastrous handling of veterans care. Obama's legacy reads like a list of greatest hits you'd never want to replay. Obama handed everyone a megaphone and said, "Good luck, social cohesion." More like social combustion. Everyone got a label. Everyone got offended. Unity was replaced by Twitter threads and college protests. Trump fires back with the Fiesta Resistance. Leadership isn't about charisma, it's about results. While Obama gave speeches about American decline with a professorial grin, Trump reminded everyone that decline is a choice, and he wasn't choosing it. Whether you love him or not, the man doesn't mumble platitudes. He declares intentions and then bulldozes through obstacles. If you want no-nonsense truth and unapologetic commentary, hit that like button and subscribe now. Stay tuned for more deep dives and bold takes.
It's fun because things are actually happening. Very different than most of the time when people get elected.
And I will shut down the federal Department of Education, and we will move everything back to the state.
Most of the time when people get elected, they claim all these things when they're running for president. Then they get into office and not much changes.
Individualize education and do it with the love for their children.
And in fact, a lot of what they campaigned on, they don't practice at all. Great example is the Obama administration. The Hope and Change website had to be changed because there was a bunch of stuff in there about whistleblowers.
No, I don't think Mr. Snowden was a patriot. I called for a thorough review of our surveillance operations before Mr. Snowden made these leaks. My preference would have been for a lawful, orderly examination of these laws.
Protecting whistleblowers, which they didn't do at all. It was one of the worst administrations for whistleblowers.
As the roast continues, Rogan compares Obama's handling of scandals to a magician's sleight of hand. Fast and Furious, Benghazi, the VA crisis, all brushed under the rug. Well, the media asked about his latest Spotify playlist. It was an era where spin outpaced substance, and Rogan doesn't let it slide for a second. Trump ends it on a punch so sharp it echoes. He says history books won't be written by those who admired Obama's wardrobe, but by those who endured the economic drag. The foreign policy flops and the bureaucratic chaos he left behind won't rewrite numbers. The contradictions, the complacency, the carefully staged moments, they're all exposed like a badly lit photo op. The story isn't over. There's more to dig into, more to laugh at, and way more to question, because when you peel back the branding, the speeches and the grins, what's left isn't hope. It's a hollow echo of promises never kept. And remember, if you want to stay ahead of the spin and catch every unfiltered moment, like this video, and subscribe now. The roast has only just begun.
I authorize the Armed Forces of the United States to begin a limited military action in Libya in support of an international effort to protect Libyan civilians.
And as the flames of this roast burn even hotter, Joe Rogan kicks open the next door like he's entering a haunted house of missed opportunities. He pulls out the infamous red line in Syria, that magic marker of foreign policy failure. Obama drew it, wagged a finger, and then proceeded to do absolutely nothing when it was crossed. Rogan compares it to threatening your dog with a walk and then just lying back on the couch with a tub of ice cream. Billions in cash flown overseas in the dead of night like a reverse heist movie, all in the name of diplomacy. And what did America get in return? A promise that could evaporate faster than Obama's campaign slogans. Trump rolls his eyes so hard you can practically hear them clicking. If trust were a currency, Obama bankrupted the whole damn country trying to impress hostile regimes who laughed all the way to the centrifuge. If you're here for more raw truths and fearless breakdowns, make sure to like this video and subscribe now. Don't miss what's coming next.
Give me some volume and go full screen.
What you know now, do you wish you had a third term? You know what, if I could make an arrangement where I had a stand-in, a front man or front woman, and they had an earpiece in, and I was just in my basement in my sweats looking through the stuff, and then I could sort of deliver the lines, but somebody else was doing all the talking and ceremony, I'd be fine with that.
We know he wasn't really running the country. Yeah. We used to think he was actually running the country, and now they're like, no, he didn't even see those executive orders. That was all auto-penned.
Rogan lights up next with the legacy obsession. He jokes that Obama was the only guy in the world who spent his presidency already planning his presidential library before he'd fixed anything worth remembering. It wasn't a term in office. It was a PR campaign stretched out over 8 years, backed by media outlets acting like unpaid interns. He laughs at the idea that the media still acts like Obama cured cancer and walked on water, even though his administration couldn't build a functional healthcare website without it crashing like a college student's laptop in finals week. Trump bluntly reminds everyone that what he inherited wasn't a clean slate. It was a mess with barbed wire dressed up in diplomacy. The media pretended Obama was above it all, when in fact he created many of the problems they later blamed on Trump. Joe takes a breath and goes in on the bizarre obsession with style over substance. Obama was hailed for his impeccable image, like the nation was auditioning a GQ cover model for the job of commander-in-chief. If you want more unfiltered commentary and the stories behind the headlines, smash that like button and subscribe now, because the truth is just getting started.
Obama went on stage and he roasted Trump.
Donald Trump is here tonight.
And one of the lines he said to Trump, he said, "I'm one thing that you'll never be, which is the president of the United States."
Donald Trump has been saying that he will run for president as a Republican, which is surprising since I just assumed he was running as a joke.
And you could see Trump in his head going, okay, I'm going to run now. That one moment where Obama was talking shit to him might be the reason why Trump was like, I'll show you.
Rogan wonders how anyone could watch a man deliver poetic nothings while American manufacturing got shipped overseas and still call that leadership. If smooth talking was all it took to run a country, every TED Talk speaker would be president by now. Trump scoffs at the idea of leading from behind, a phrase so passive it might as well have been Obama's official motto. He wasn't guiding a nation, he was narrating its decline. While other world leaders flexed power, Obama offered apologies. While adversaries advanced, he organized coalitions that couldn't even agree on who was in charge. It was leadership by committee, and the result was global confusion with a side of instability. Joe laughs bitterly because when things got tough, Obama didn't calm the fire, he handed everyone a match in a speech. Trump, without missing a beat, slams the education system's decline under Obama's watch. Trump says fixing education means facing reality, not reciting bumper sticker slogans. And as the two continue dismantling the golden statue of Obama's image, one brick at a time, it becomes clear this roast isn't ending soon. There's still more to unearth, more illusions to burn, and far more history to unpack. Because what the media tried to sculpt into a legacy, Rogan and Trump are turning into confetti. One savage joke at a time. If you're here for the real story, the unfiltered truth, don't forget to like this video and subscribe for more hard-hitting analysis and fearless commentary.